So a couple of you guys already seen on my Snapchat, I bought this thing today. A little bit of a project. It's got some hail damage and shit on it. You can tell. So it's a 99 SI. It's got some higher mileage on it, but kind of like, you know, guy bought it from a guy who did some shit on it, but kind of by just looking at that, it almost looks like the son of a bitch got kind of hot. So looks like they had the head off and decked. Suppose they needed a valve or something, but it's been sitting out here in the prairie, you know, just how it is. So I'm gonna pull off the head and you know, double check everything. It's missing a little dipstick, but that should just go right down in the oil, and the filter will catch it before it gets up in the shit. But I was gonna pull this off, use a couple cans of brake cleaner on it, and hopefully it cleans up, and then slap it back together, see if it runs. But yeah, there's an extra little project. You know, this morning I woke up and I didn't even know what I was gonna do today, and I found this thing and it just changed my whole life. So it's gonna give me something to do, maybe, you know, on top of all the other shit that I need to do.
We make the strings louder.
So I got this thing in the shop, but I'm pretty much gonna go ahead and yank this head off. See all the dirt and all the crap in there. Yank that off, take it to the machine shop, and let them throw it in the hot tank, clean it up a little bit, and then yeah, probably slap it back on. So I'm gonna use the little breaker bar, well, bigger 1/2-inch guy right here to break it loose. I forget what size these guys are. Kind of sucks how dirty this thing is. So I think it's 13. I'll go ahead and, okay. Usually I try to do these in kind of a, you know, crisscross applesauce type of pattern. Yeah, and I don't think anything else is holding it on. Okay. Well, yeah, it definitely looks like it was recently decked, so should be good to go. OEM Honda gasket right there. Maybe it had a blown head gasket or something. So otherwise look pretty good most of the way around. Not perfect, but decent. Yeah, this one right here definitely looks like it had some you know, coolant in it, steaming in it, steaming all the dirt and shit. But Yeah, everything seems good. Yeah, time for the machine shop. Alright, so I got the head back from the machine shop or whatever today. It only took basically a day turnaround. All he did, he actually remembers his head. He has his stamp and stuff on it. He was the one to actually machine it the first time. And so basically he just hot tanked it again and then ran the, checked it and made sure it wasn't leaking or anything like that. And I guess there, he on one valve it was kind of, there's like a piece of dirt or something behind it. So he just took the valve out and then cleaned it up. And so yeah, now it's good to go. All brand new, all clean, everything ready to go. I kind of went through the car and kind of figured out all the stuff that I actually have. Random nuts and bolts and stuff like that. Over here I have the intake manifold, the distributor cap, but there's no distributor, which sucks. But stock intake, all that little stuff, valve cover, it was missing the valve cover gasket and intake manifold gasket. So I got intake manifold gasket, valve cover gasket, and yeah, that's about, as far as the things that I think it needs. You can tell this thing got hot as shit because how it melted right there. But yeah, so right now I just got a little ball of Scotch-Brite, and I'm kind of spraying the insides of the thing, and you clean up the carbon on the top of the pistons. And yeah, once that's all done, clean up the mating surface right there and slap the head gasket and head back on, and hopefully see if this thing fires tonight. But so I got, well, as you guys seen in the little time lapse, I got this guy pretty much all buttoned up as far as the cams and everything in it. And I think I got it timed right and stuff. So yeah, that's about it. As far as that goes, I still need to put the gasket in the valve cover. I just set it on there because I had to run home and click some buttons on the computer for the midweek video. But I don't know what the hell's up with that light. You see that thing? I've been doing that recently, and it just does it all freaking day. It just annoys the shit out of me. But yeah, so this is it's coming along. So I was just gonna rotate it and then tighten, loosen that bolt and then tighten the tensioner again, and yeah, then I'll start put the intake manifold and exhaust manifold and shit on it. This is the distributor I had at my house back from when I had a turbo B16. This was one I bought, and it was kind of being weird, so I don't know. I think it'll start and run the car, but I don't know if it's going to have like a limp mode or something in it. But at least I'll be able to start this thing and make sure it runs. And yeah, I need to see if that battery is actually going to do anything. It probably won't hold the charge at all. But I'll get the charger over here and at least get it started on something. Alright, so I got you guys on the time lapse right there. I'm gonna go ahead and try to fire this thing for the first time. I just put the spark plug wires and everything in. I don't have this bolted down, or I don't have the exhaust actually bolted up to the main exhaust. I just want to see if it's gonna go ahead and fire, which it should, as long as that distributor is good. But so yeah, let's see what happens. Smells like a lawnmower with the damn old ass gas and shit in it. But well, shit, it runs. Sounds like it runs fairly smooth too. It seems like one of the sensors, it doesn't like it because it's oh, actually maybe this, maybe that guy. Sometimes they don't like that big old vacuum leakler right there. Man, it literally smells exactly like a lawnmower, like like a lawnmower that's been sitting out behind your house, and you go out there and pull it like 300 times and it finally starts up. That's exactly what this thing smells like. So that's what I'm smelling. It even smells like grass too. Holy shit. Wow, that's funny. What the hell does this go to? Assuming something maybe with the cruise control? Yeah, I think so. Well, shit, it runs. So that's good. Seems like it runs pretty good too. I got to put this little this front little engine cover and stuff on, so I'm probably gonna do that, and then bolt the exhaust and stuff up to it, and then yeah, put some coolant in it and see actually how it runs. All right, so we're out on its first little rib. It seems all right so far. Haven't driven it yet a mile yet, but I think we're in 5th now, but. I mean, feels decent. The power steering's not hooked up right now, but no check engine lights initially when I did it. There was the O2 sensor and the intake air temp sensor, and that was just because I didn't have them hooked up, so I cleared those real quick. But yeah, right now just kind of bleeding the cooling system and shit. And yeah. All right, so we're gonna see if VTEC works now. Fucking VTEC, Blake. Fucking VTEC. See, the coolant temp went up when I did that. Probably has a bubble in it or something. Did you hear that VTEC?
Yeah, you put an exhaust on it. So
did you fucking?
Loud as fuck, dude.
Did you just hear that VTEC? Dude, that's the first time I popped VTEC in literally months.
Turbo is so much better.
All right, so it's the temperature went up a little bit when I first initially hit VTEC. You can see it's steaming from somewhere. There's a little bit of shit on the radiator too, or on the windshield. Yep, look at that. There's a big crack right there on the whole front of the radiator. So that probably definitely has something to do with it. that's why you gotta go beat your shit right as soon as you get it well, not as soon as you get it running, but just to make sure that you figure out all the leaks and stuff. But yeah, there it is. So it needs a new radiator, which I'm assuming is probably either because of the blown head gasket or caused the blown head gasket. So I'm messing with this Civic a little bit more. I'm getting ready to do the kind of final polish. I was just going to show you guys a little before and after. That's kind of the old dull yellow headlight, and here's the one that's ready to be polished. And basically all you do with that is you just wet sand. Usually you could start with like an 800 or 1000 grit. Normally I do about 1000, 1500, then 2000, just wet sanding it. And you basically just kind of sand off all the yellow slurry or whatever. It's kind of different sometimes because there's the clear coat on the hoods, or not on the hood, on the headlights will actually come off, and if it's like kind of flaking, like over here on the drift car, let's see, you could see, I don't know, a couple spots where it's just kind of flaking off. Maybe it's this headlight. Yeah, right there. So if you guys could see how there's that like line, you know, there's like clear coat on the bottom and then just plastic on the top. Basically to get that off you have to sand all of the clear coat off, but if the clear coat on the headlight is just yellowed, you know, like the top layer, then you could usually just sand it off like I did here, and then you don't have to spend a shitload of time, but doing that is a pain in the ass. But yeah, so I need to finish polishing this. I went ahead and I threw another radiator head laying around in here because that other guy was cracked, but it's not circulating coolant. The top radiator hose is hot and the bottom one is cold, so I needed to replace the thermostat in it. And oh, I got a new battery for it too. I went to the auto parts store. I was gonna buy one. He's like, actually, somebody turned into a core that was good, so they just basically traded me my core for that. So I guess that's good to be homies with the people at the thing. But I went ahead and I cleaned up the interior a bit. You guys didn't really, well, maybe a little bit before, but it's a hell of a lot cleaner now. You know, basically underneath the floor mats look like it's never even been seen, but there's a little bit of dirt on there from me flicking around with the little scrubby brush or whatever. But man, this thing's clean as shit on the inside. The only thing that really sucks is the hail damage on it, you know, and a few little, I mean, the whole thing's been painted before. I'm assuming it had hail damage and somebody just kind of skimmed it. Right here I just kind of tested a little piece, with a little bit of rubbing compound, but yeah, I'll go ahead and show you guys a little bit of rubbing compound here. Got the buffer, a little bit of water to wet the pad down, just a little bit of compound on that guy, like that. Normally I just kind of spritz that a little bit, just kind of get it wet. Do it on kind of a lower setting, about 1000 or so. Kind of rub the compound around. Look at that, brand new headlight. Bam. So yeah, that's basically, there's before, well, there's before, there's after. So that's kind of how that whole situation works. But yeah, if you guys want a little bit more in depth or want to actually watch me sand shit, I have a how-to video. It was like how to polish headlights, and there's a BMW, and I did it on that. Civics are real nice though. They're pretty simple. Most of the time the clear coat just kind of goes bad. You can still see some rock pits or some pits and stuff in it. And if you really wanted to make this thing look like 100% brand new, what you could do is sand through all that clear coat till it's 100% smooth, and then just re-clear coat it again. You know, you could do it like 800 grit, and then 4 to 800 grit, get through all that clear coat, and then re-clear them, and you'd essentially have a brand new headlight. And if you used really good clear coat, then it would never do it again. So that's that's kind of a deal. Oh, and I have to pull off this little cover right there because it's leaking a little bit of oil right on that guy. So I was probably going to adjust the valves and everything too. They're it's real quiet right now, but there could be a couple of them that are a little bit tighter than they should be. But yeah, so this thing's coming along real good. Give it a good hand wash tomorrow, and we'll see what happens with it. All right, so that was pretty much this week's round of bullshit. I worked on the Civic, pretty much got that thing all done and gone. It's already left my hands now. So, but yeah, like I kind of said in last week's midweek video, I said I wanted to complete more shit in a video instead of like kind of it dragging out. Whereas I mean this thing, it's always going to drag out from video to video. But I definitely wanted to complete something. So the Civic, basically that was all this week, a little bit of last week. That's why I didn't put any, you guys seen it in my Snapchat and stuff. For the S14 I got these different tires, Nanking NS2Rs. So I'm going to try those out on the front, the steer tires. These ones were getting kind of down to the bottom right there. Got a few things for the GoPed, and maybe a midweek video on that, like a little GoPed update, and then I'm gonna work on some angle mods for this guy next week. I was kind of over here looking at my little angle thing, but yeah, as always, if you guys like the videos, share them with your friends. I'm sure everybody's bored, hopefully on Monday, or hopefully everybody's bored on Monday, and I could give them something to watch and stuff. Smash the thumbs up button, and the next drift event is April 3rd. So technically that's at the end of this week. So I should be doing some drift prep. If you guys are in Colorado, the event's at Pikes Peak International Raceway. So if you guys are local, be sure to come check it out. Come say what up. Don't be scared. And yeah, hopefully we'll actually get some tandems in this guy without the belt and everything thrown off. So yeah,